Hi, I'm Jenna and I make bath and body products from my dedicated studio here in Hertfordshire, UK. I've been running small businesses for over 20 years and I share my day-to-day product making, running my business, and I also help others launch their own unique products too. If that's your thing, stick around, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on all notifications so you catch my latest episodes. If you want all my formulations, exclusive content and to chat with me, head on over to Patreon, link in the description below. On my website Reviga you'll find my own range of cosmetic bath and body products along with digital products and workshops to help you with your own business. I also offer some services too. And with that, let's get on with today's video. Good morning, it's another week, kind of, it's Sunday. I am a bit annoyed this morning. So I got all my scrubs done, I've got them all labelled and they're brilliant, and I don't mind saying myself how proud I am of that formula and just how they've turned out. I've worked so hard on it. That aside, we've done that. We made some samples. These I may or may not put in packages depending what people order and try and give them different scents so that you can try stuff out. So I've got little samples. Then we get to lip balms. Now, I made these millions of times. Like, this formula has been tried, tested over 2 years. I've tried to make it a little bit original. I'm very happy with how it performs and everything. Yet, because I'm me, I decided to change the method for making them. Why? I don't know. I think maybe because of the weather. I was like, I'll master batch and then reheat the base before adding the fragrance and all of that. So I did that, and that time it hasn't turned out. So all the lip balms I thought that I'd made and had turned out great and I've labelled are now just a little bit grainy. Not terrible, but enough that it bothers me, and I don't want my customers to have kind of a negative or not that great experience when they're expecting something better. So what I'm going to do is remake everything with the original method because I'm an idiot, and then the ones that I've already made I will probably put on the website as whoopsies and they'll be half price. So if you don't mind a grainy lip balm, then you can get a bargain. They're still really nice to use, and like as soon as you put it on your lips it melts anyway, so it's going to feel smooth once you like smack your lips together. It's just that first application, and it's just the reason that happens is because when you use certain butters and natural ingredients, temperature changes will sort of affect them and different things solidify at different rates. Often it's shea butter that causes a problem, but I think in this case it's a couple of other ingredients I've used, and it's just been where I have cooled them down, reheated, and it's just not liked it very much. So I'm going to revert back to my old method, which worked, and stop changing things because I'm just causing more work for myself. Other than that, we're going to remake the lip balms, and I need to get all the bath bombs done ready for launch because I'm pretty eager to launch now. And then yeah, we can talk a bit about my small business goals going forward, because I have run businesses in the past. I ran quite a successful hair supply business for a long while until Brexit and world events kind of put paid to that because of margins and currency fluctuations and stuff. And I'm so eager to get back into the retail side and packing orders, and for a long while I thought, do you know what, I'm happy at home, I'll keep it small, I don't really want to grow. But now I'm kind of feeling like if this does well, if the products do well and it gets to a point where I can't make enough myself, then I probably would consider getting a unit and having staff again, because I don't know, I don't think you should limit yourself, and how I feel one day might not necessarily be how I feel another day, and you just have to go with the flow really. So we're going to see where this takes us, and hopefully you guys will like what I have to offer. So yeah, that's me rabbiting for now. Let's go make some stuff and make sure that this comes out how it's supposed to. So I don't know if you can hear me, but I'm wearing a respirator because powders like this when working with bath bombs are no joke. So I'm just going to film the making of these black raspberry vanilla bath bombs. I'll come back to you at the end. Okay, so we're going to have a look. These are going to be little free samples, and then we've got the bath bombs here, and I'm going to do lots of different scents, so I'm only doing like 6 of each because again, you want to limit what you do in the first instance because you don't want to waste a load of ingredients if no one's going to buy your stuff. And just because I'm on YouTube doesn't mean that anyone is going to want or buy any of my stuff. So I'm playing it by ear, and then worst case scenario, I've got a load of products to use myself and gift to friends. So yeah, never assume you're going to sell stuff. But there we go. That's some bath bombs made, and yeah, we're getting there. It's now Thursday and I haven't really filmed much because one, my glasses broke, so I'm now wearing my older ones. They quite spectacularly just fell off my face, so that was good. I've been doing a lot of admin, other people's admin. If you do need your admin done, please, please, please just order that now so that I can schedule you in, because it's about to get really busy and I've already got some people waiting and I may have to close it completely, and I don't know how long for. So if you need something done, then book it, because it's the best way to ensure that as soon as I get your info, that'll be done. I also wrote some pretty cool Patreon formulas. I need to film those. I'm hoping they turn out. One of them is a dupe of a really, really expensive product, so I'm quite excited to see if that works out or not. So hopefully get to making them before the end of the month, because that's when they're due. So I'll do that, and then I'll probably share what they are on Instagram, but they'll be Patreon exclusives. I have filmed a little bit, so I remade all the lip balms, so they're good now. We don't have to worry about those. I made some more bath bombs. They're behind me, and I'll show you some footage now. with making spheres is a lot of people find it quite hard, and I did at first as well. And I've kind of learned that the first two will always go wrong, and I don't know why. It might just be because the mix is just a bit too compacted or something, or the mould just needs to get its eye in, I don't know. But anyway, the first two go wrong. I do those and then it's kind of smooth sailing from there. And to just avoid breaking or making any dents in them, I use the little half sphere plastic bits to sort of unmould into, and then I'll put those in the drying rack, and then it just stops me from ruining them, basically. They are hard enough to take out the mould and place in there, but the number of times I've been in a hurry and then I've left dented finger marks in them, so this just helps me keep them pristine so that they're nice for the customer. You'll see me add what looks like quite a lot of dye to this, but what I do is mix the granular or water-soluble dye with a tiny little bit of boiling water to make them pop, and then I'll mix the rest with isopropyl alcohol and I'll put that in these little squeezy bottles, and what that does is disperse the colour evenly, but it also makes sure that it acts as a binder for the bath bombs. And what you're doing is you're diluting only a certain amount, so I know that unless I use the whole bottle, I'm never going to reach the maximum amount allowed in my bath bombs, so I always know that I'm within the limit. There's actually rose petals on the top of these, but I unmoulded them upside down, so that's why you can't see them. And today is a bubble bar kind of day, so we've got to get some of those done, and then we're going to Ikea later for dinner, and also to grab some shelving and some more storage stuff that I need for in here. And then I'm hoping by the end of this month, or at least very early October, I should be launching my product. When you first make the bubble bar mix, it will take some kneading to make it nice and soft. Then make it into a ball and just leave it, and if you listen to it, you'll hear it crackling and hissing. When it stops doing this, it's ready to continue working with. You'll need to knead it again to stop it from being crumbly and become soft again, and then you can work it into whatever shape you want and do the rolls or the scoops or however you want to present them. So that's as many as I can do today because I ran out of some ingredients. I'm now going to answer some queries online because I'm getting so many messages from a lot of you wanting not just admin doing, but sort of business startup things doing as well. So I'm going to look at how I can help as many people as possible, but obviously it's just me. I only have so much time. Please go and watch the YouTube videos I've put out because that's all free and it does help you. I've also got the Small Business Hub on my website and that is designed to help you with all of these things as well. And if you need that bit of extra help, I do have the mentoring tier on Patreon or my website membership. So go and look at all of those. Any of my videos have helped you in any way, I'd really appreciate if you'd hit the new button underneath called Hype, and that just helps my videos reach more people. If I've helped you even more than that, then feel free to use the super thanks button. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that now. I'm going to answer my emails and then we're going to head to Ikea. We didn't go to Ikea last night. Mainly because we were just really tired. So I'm going to go on my own today and show you what I get and then come back. And it's weird how few vlogs I've done on this channel and how many times in those vlogs I've been to Ikea, but here we are again. So let's go get that done and then we can get back to making bath bombs later, and eventually I'll end this vlog. We're here, there was loads of traffic, and yeah, I don't know why I'm updating you. I said I was going to Ikea, I'm at Ikea. Let's go inside and get what I need to get. Billy bookcases are really heavy, and I had to lug this into the car and not one person offered to help me, including two van men just stood next to me looking at their phones. Like, seriously, people suck, they really do. I think that's fairly stable, it's not going anywhere. I'm just going to adjust the blanket so that it's not resting on that chair. So I've padded that out so that's not going to slide around and it's not going to damage the chair any. It's the best we can do, I think. I'm now hot and exhausted. Like, seriously, there were like, I don't know, there was probably about 5 people who walked past me when I was trying to manage the trolley, which, like, because the Billy bookcases stick out either end, I had to just be on one side of it and it was really hard to control, and they just, you know, even though they had all this room behind them, they just wanted me to move out of the way and just looked disgusted. And then there were like 5 different people or more out here when I was trying to load the car. If it was me, I'd go and say, would you need like a hand or can I help? But no. So yeah, faith in humanity again, destroyed a little today. So if you could renew it with some cool comments to show me how cool you lot are, that would be great. I do have visibility out windows, by the way, just in case you were going to comment that. That's one thing I checked. So I'm now going to drive home and build this if I can be bothered, and then I've got bath bombs to make. So yeah, I'm a bit peopled out for today. See you back at home. So it's now Saturday morning and guess what? I didn't build the furniture yesterday. I was just not in the mood when I got home, and you know how flat pack is just not the one when you're not in the mood for it. So I'm going to do that now and we'll get that finished, we'll get my products on the shelf and we'll finally end this vlog. But wait, I think it may need something. Let's have a closer look. So, plant, I just have a thing about dangly fake plants. And then the scrubs by Scent. So I made quite a lot of black raspberry vanilla. Well, I say a lot, it's not much. I think there's 9 of those that are going to be available on launch, and then there's 5 of each of the other scents. So if you want one, you'll need to grab them quick. But I didn't want to over make first time selling. Yeah, we've got all the different scents, and down here, and then all the lip balms, and then I'll fill up these shelves with other things. It's just somewhere else to put them. I do have the shelves up here as well, but they can only take so much weight. Then I've got bubble bars, then I've got the bath bombs here. They're nearly always finished drying. rose bath bomb with the petals on it. You can now see because I turned that over. Love that colour. And then, so we got black raspberry vanilla, pink rose and rose and pink peppercorn, strawberries and cream, and then the bubble bars are mango and then cherry blossom. Anyway, I do have more to make. I'm going to make a few more scents of bath bombs and bubble bars before launch, and I do have the soaps. Thankfully the soaps have a very long shelf life and they're all still beautiful, but they will be on clearance, so you can grab a bargain. We'll get the shelf filled up, and then hopefully by around the end of next week I should be launching my products. Right, should we end the vlog? Because I'm sure all of you are bored now. If you want all my formulas and things, you can go check Patreon as usual. Thank you to my VIP patrons listed here, and yeah, I'll see you next week.